Alright, this game looks pretty cool. Welcome to GameBits. Hopefully this records fine. My OBS is looking crazy. The frames are not so good. It doesn't say it's dropping frames, but the preview video is just real choppy. I checked my recording. I actually recorded this intro once before, and it was doing that, so I stopped the recording, went back and looked through, and it looked fine. So I'm hoping that it's just, for some reason, the preview's messed up. I don't know. But let's jump on in here. Let's make sure all this is good. Alright, all looks good. Let's give this game a shot. Oh, and again, this is only my second episode, so I know people still need to be introduced to this game and everything. This is Bastion. It's WB Games. You can find it on Steam, I'm pretty sure. That's yeah, that's where I got it. Got it on Steam. Yeah, it looks to be a fun game. Now on GameBits, I just kind of play in an hour or two, you know, until I feel that I've gotten the hang of the game. But if you guys really want to see a more in-depth playthrough, or if I just really like the game, I'll continue it on into a regular series. So, you know, let your comments be heard. Tell me if you like it. We'll see about doing more. Let's go ahead and do no sweat mode, because who wants to die all the time, right? I know I don't.
Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky. He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble.
This is pretty cool. Nice.
Ground forms up under his feet as if pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion.
Time to wreck everything. Get out of my way.
He sees what's left of the rippling walls
and decides to
Years of
destroy
work
it all.
undone in an instant, in the calamity. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella, forced out from underground. Kid pops him good. Fella got a piece of him, though.
Barely. I like that these look like they're nice little shops that I'm destroying. Let's continue on.
An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do. Gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber. And then,
whoops,
he falls to his death. I'm just fooling.
I like how I was telling the story here. That's nice.
Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink. A school of squirts tunnels up around him. Must have fled here from the mines.
This is pretty fun. Very cool aesthetic.
He sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him before his drinking did.
Oh, I'm looking up and it looks like the audio's a little high compared to mine. I gotta try and keep it balanced. So let's jaunt it down a bit there.
Then Kid finds his trusty shield.
Ooh. I got me a shield.
The security takes him for a petty thief. Special delivery, gas fellas. Windbags start turning up for last call. More squirts start coming out of the woodwork. A big old fella pops out in front of the kid. Them windbags are playing for keeps. Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop. Ronnie always wanted his ashes scattered here.
Oh, there's a window. I was gonna say, I don't see a window. It claims there's a window, but I don't see it.
He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke. Kid spies a good perch for some target practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back.
There's a thing.
The kid pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest man in the land. Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid. Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome. Gates are too afraid to budge while security's on watch. He finds the distillery, right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town. One sip of the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man. The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
So it looks like
some
one
of
of
those
those
squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins.
So it looks like one of the little squirts together, they actually grow bigger. It's kind of like they merge or something. I'm seeing some screen tearing. I don't know if that bothers you guys, but it does me. It might be because I've turned this all the way up. Let's... Oh. VSync was turned off. Well, that's probably what it is right there. No, it's still doing it. Let's just turn that all the way off.
An old ferry barge sends the kid on his way. The Bastion's real close now. Right back at you. Kid takes a chunk of alloy. Smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air. Scumbags. Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did. Robs a scumbag of his last meal. Kid puts him out of his misery.
Oh man, look at all these things. Look at all the things. I don't even know what these do yet. I have no clue what these do. Some kind of crazy junk, I guess.
He finds the core to the Wharf District. He steals the city's heart.
That's what I did.
Well. Kid has a feeling he better get a move on. The place is starting to fall. See, that core Kid took was the only thing making this particular rock stay afloat. Kid just keeps running. Somersaulting like crazy. At last, the skyway's in sight. Whisks him where he needs to go.
Whew. It was getting serious there.
Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races.
My mind is racing.
Did anybody else survive?
I mean, the place kind of looked abandoned.
Sure enough, he finds another.
Do I?
He finds me.
The voice doesn't fit the face.
We talk for a spell. There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest, enough to point the way to the cores. All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there, then watch.
You sure? You sure, old man? You sure I shouldn't just hit your face? I guess.
And just like that, the Bastion comes alive. Starts growing again, growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown.
Ooh. What's this do?
Kid ponders what to build. The Bastion ain't gonna build itself. Well, not entirely.
Yeah, I guess I have to build stuff. Gotta build stuff before I can move on, apparently.
The Bastion's a place of peace, but we can hold our own if we have to. Kid don't
Now
know
can I
what's out there
continue?
waiting for him. The Skyway. Now the kid can ride the wind to distant lands.
So this is home base. That's where I just came from. Let's go on here. 'Cause why not?
Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong.
Every time.
Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one? He heads for the squirt steps. Won't be no field trip this time. Up north is where the gas fella foreman used to live, tending to his flock. Know why gas fellas all dress alike? Kids wondering the same thing.
What, can I not equip this? Seems like maybe I could disguise myself. Maybe not.
And there it is, but it's locked down tight in an alloy cage. A blustery old foreman is keeping his fellas in check, almost like he's showboating for the crowd.
Yeah, how do I get out? How do I get out? I made a wrong decision. There. That was a bad choice. Maybe I gotta do something else first.
He heads for the east side, where windbags used to keep the local forge. Somehow that old forge is still standing. Inside the forge, Kid can fine-tune those instruments of his. With a good length of meat gut, that bow's like new again. Core ain't here neither, so he's gotta guess again. The rest of the path is gone for good, and his city crest won't bring it back. Odd place to find the likes of Percy the Snitch. Never much cared for that big wide grin of his.
Man, I'm running low. There we go.
He heads for the biggest dump in town, Scumbag Alley.
It's a pretty looking dump.
Some scumbag still feeding off the city's own trash. And there he is, the oldest scumbag of them all, Gershel. The calamity ain't done much for Gershel's sunny disposition. Keeps telling himself he better watch his step. Shame old Gershel can't float like when he was a young fella.
So this is all of this area.
No core, no surprise. Like the gas fellas are hiding it from him.
They're not hiding it, they're guarding it. I guess it's time to figure out how to take these guys on.
And now there's a new marshal in town.
Ah. Well, there we go. I figured it out. I figured it good,
He has the whole
Paul.
place grown, but it's too tough to fall. Might as well check the other side streets before leaving this hole.
Already checked them. They're good. They are good. I'm still getting some crazy screen tearing. I just hope that's not showing up for you guys. Let's go!
He comes back, just like I knew he would. The core hums in his pack. The monument's calling for it. Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next. The windbags used to be alright. Then the calamity took the floor out from under him.
So he's on my side, I guess. Cool. You know, it says I'm getting to choose, but I'm really not. It gave me 2 options.
Makes time to sample spirits from my personal supply. Fetching fizz is like a mouthful of nails, but the benefits are worth it. Picked up traces of other cores while the kid was out.
Let's fly!
Couples used to walk the sundown path. Kid ain't here for pleasure, though.
So basically, it seems like I'm just tearing down towns to build up my own.
Somebody gets to the core before the kid.
What?
The floor starts giving way under the lightest step. A single panic squirt could bring the whole place down. Fragments of the old world rain from the sky. Well, the path ain't exactly open to visitors no more. See, the path was intended for leisurely strolling and such.
That guy's big.
Sky bridges link the path together. One of them bridges whips the kid along. Air travel always was an iffy proposition. The calamity changed everything. Even where the wind blows. Well, if we mastered the winds in the old days, we can do it again. But the question is, who else could have taken the core?
Yeah, who else would take that core?
Well, ain't no survivor stole the thing. Scumbag ate it by mistake. Tough break. Unlike the kid, that core ain't coming back.
Well, dang. So So
Another
that big
used to
dude
ship
just ate
live
it.
munitions down the path. Find time to find them. Even gas fellas need some shut-eye from time to time. They get real cranky when you wake them up.
Whew. Well, alright.
In all this toil, Kid keeps coming back to an overwhelming question.
My
Who else
kitty.
could have survived the calamity?
Where's my kitty cat? That's what I'm wondering. Where's my kitty?
So he didn't find the core that time, but that ain't
Sure
about
didn't.
to stop us.
Sure didn't find a core. It's all closed up.
Ain't always much to say. Can't be too careful these days. In better days, the melting pot was sealed tighter than the skin on a squirt.
This is
Of
pretty
all
fun.
the plans to survive the calamity, it had to be stab weeds.
So he keeps interrupting me. I guess I should talk when I'm not moving. I was about to say this is a pretty fun game. It's not terribly... What are the words?
If there's a core, he figures it ought to be deeper down.
Not terribly tactical. Hello. Ooh. He had a bunch of whatever those things are. I guess those are currency? Maybe?
Core stuck inside one of those fancy cages.
Sure is.
Some of the stuff lying around is downright dangerous.
Whoops.
No breaking a cage like that, but the kid tries anyway. He throws a switch, gotta find a way to spring it open. Now what could possibly go wrong? Quite a bit, as it turns out. The cage starts lifting from the core ever so slow.
It's just raining
All
money
Kid
from
can
the
do
sky.
is wait. Shipments start falling in. Not every squirt's born bad. Some spring to the kid's defense. Judging by the movement of the cage, it's gonna take a little while. Scumbags don't take kindly to interlopers. Even some gas fellas take his corner. Heard he popped that mean old foreman.
Sweet.
At this rate, maybe 5 more minutes, maybe 30. Hard to tell. Squirts get real territorial around the core. Then a shipment of free samples shows up. It ain't all bad, as the kid finds some spices from the motherland, tax-free. One thing's for sure, that cage is awful heavy. It's a troublesome scene to be sure.
My goodness.
A few moments left and the core goes free. 10, 9, 8, 7. You give or take a few seconds. Finally, the core's within reach.
Oh, jeez.
And done. He's got it. Just gotta get to the nearest barge.
Where does this go? It's a barge! I found one! Nearest barge, ho!
I still remember the look on his face after that one.
Yeah, that's kind of rough.
The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started.
Pretty sure I already built a forge. No, it's an arsenal. Well, then let's build a forge. Like I had a
lot of
choice.
things need fixing up in this world, and we can start right here. Kid's lifelong friends looking fit to keep on fighting.
Oop.
Folks voyaged across the boundless sea to found Celandia. It was good living here for a while.
I don't know what that had to do with ancient spices. But you know, whatevers.
The dead welcome him with open arms.
Oh. I get it.
The calamity took everybody after all. Kid sees it plain, frozen faces all around. You don't much care to see him. Not like this.
I wonder if that's considered bad, what I'm doing. Am I releasing them or am I destroying them? Are they dead or are they captive in stone?
These folks never saw the calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close.
That guy looks like he saw.
It was someone like him. Kid sees him there at Gabe, in the flesh. It's a snag or two trying to get to him. He ain't about to stop, no matter what. He's got so many questions after all. Just ain't got time for answers. The Thunder brothers didn't make it. They never saw what it was like beyond the walls. Nor did the bird boy. Didn't make it. The Jawsons, they didn't make it. Grady Sr., Grady Jr., they didn't make it. But him, he survived. Kid finds proof enough that man ain't from around here.
So how am I supposed to get to that guy? It kind of looks like he's following me.
Just think, without that man, we wouldn't be here right now, would we?
Would we?
The core survives as well. Kid does what he has to do, and then...
I tried to avoid the women.
What do you say to a man who's seen too much? Kid hasn't a clue, but he says this. We have to go. Please.
So I guess I've got a new member of my Bastion.
He's a proper gentleman, that man. His name is Zulf. No hiding he's an Ura. Folks like him ain't never been a common sight in Caelondia. He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind. Both to him and to each other for the first time. For Zulf, Caelondia was like a second home. He's real worried about his first home, too. Far to the east. He was born in the Tazzle terminals. The Ura sent him on a mission of peace to our city, and he's lived here ever since. We fought the Ura decades ago, but that was then. Things are different between us now. Come on, give the little tyke a break.
I'm not being mean to him. Am I? So I guess this is where old dude's staying.
Kid ain't finished here yet.
Alright.
That's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be alright. Well, look what we have here. The memorial. Here, a kid can pay respect to the old world and earn it in kind. The valediction. Just another one of my sketches. Nothing more. Words can't express what happened, but they're all I got. We tracked down a couple more cores near the edge of the city.
I'm wondering what these are supposed to be. Proving grounds. Do they let me upgrade my stuff, or is it just practice? I don't know.
No use praying to the gods these days. No time for it either.
Pyth Orchard.
Kid says a little prayer anyway. Couldn't hurt, right? Folks used to make pilgrimage here to pay their respects to Pith, the bull. Well, the gods are long gone now. And the orchard core, it's long gone too.
But this bull's still here. Something tells me it might end up chasing me. I could just see this thing barreling down the corridors after me.
Pith stood for something once. Something real. In time, though, the bull stopped being a symbol and started being decoration. He couldn't even save his loyal subjects.
Apples! I accidentally killed a cat, I think. Kind of looked like a cat.
Pith makes a decent scarecrow, at least. Then Pith lights up like a rodeo.
I had a feeling.
Ain't easy punching through his hide. Kid breaks him to bits. Must have been guarding that shrine. So what'll it be? Invoke the gods, or tell them off? Kid don't need favors from the likes of Pith. Well, if the gods are alive, they must be plenty sore.
Is this another path? No, it's not. Kind of look like it could be.
Popping windbags is hard enough. No need to get the gods involved. Things might have gone worse if Kid tampered with that shrine. Kid ain't found a core, but at least he found Zolf's precious shrine. Pith Orchard. Place is a dead end in more ways than one.
Well, dang. That was a bust. Well,
Now
seems
we can
like
build
every
a
other
shrine
one.
of our own, though I got some alternatives in mind.
Yeah, I don't want to shrine to any of these fakers. Alright, it's kind of looking like this might be my last one I can play on this. Because I gotta go ready to go to work in a bit. Wait, why didn't it go there? Go up. There. Guess I hit a wrong button. Yeah, I gotta get ready for work, so this will probably be my last
There's only one way to Cinderbrick Fort.
island.
The hard way. Sure, the city marshals may be gone, but now the fort's crawling with windbags. Calamity was mercy for normal folks. The windbags ain't so lucky. They've been left to freeze or starve or face the kid. Well, windbags young and old keep fighting for the fort.
Clear this area out just in case I come under attack.
At least the marshals left the kid a parting gift.
A blunderbuss.
Something the windbags just can't handle. Something that'll punch clean through their greasy hides.
Nice.
Windbags ain't much different from normal folks. All they want's a warm place to stay and a decent meal. The calamity drove the windbags topside. A lot of them wound up here in this very fort.
Is there another way down here? Yeah, don't want to miss that.
Could have been minding the business underground like in the old days. Cinder brick gave him enough heat and metal to munch on for a while. Well, the fort ain't theirs by right. Can't blame them for wanting it, though. Good thing the windbags don't know kids fresh out of health tonics.
Yeah, good thing they don't know. Hey, I leveled up.
Times like this, kids glad he packed trip mines.
Good point, good point.
Security's plane gone haywire. Windbags gummed up the works. Kid ain't afraid of getting burned. So many of those sorry things holed up inside that old fort. They trapped the kid in the middle of the fort's parade grounds.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
Then they bring out Glutus and Glandon and all their scumbag uncles. They got something to gain and only their sorry hides to lose. Kid takes down Glutus. Maybe it was Glandon. The windbags put the kid on notice.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I unplugged my headphones there on accident. Pretty good timing too. It's like as soon as that thing popped up, my headphone just ripped out.
The windbags finally get the message. Kid used to dream of getting a marshal's badge, but not like this.
I'd say he earned it.
And now ain't nothing left for nobody down at Cinderbrick Fort. Kid shows up just as Zulf's telling me about his own journey to the city. Seems the only thing the Calamity saved for Zulf was his smoking pipe. Poor kid collapses after just one drag.
Oh boy.
The past. Only good thing ever come out of the past is history.
Oh, well, I guess I'm... Alright, I guess I can do this. I'll just have to rush afterwards. So what is this?
The past catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started.
It's true.
Fair to say he's led a hard life, supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie. He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his. Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there.
So can I just leave here? Nope.
School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money. Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Ceylondia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it. What was I saying? Anyway.
Yeah, what were you saying?
Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too.
No. Drill cheese.
The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either.
Man, this place is breaking apart. Oops.
So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years. In the history of Caelondia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls. Out there, kid learned to fend for himself, learn to build, learn to break.
Okay, well that's one way to do it.
In time,
Am
the
I
kid
about
earned
done
good
here?
standing with the marshals. They trusted him to scout out farther than anybody.
Eight reflections remain.
Wait, where was I?
Yeah, where were you? Where was I?
One night, on one of his expeditions, the ground beneath him shuddered. cracked
Whoops.
and split apart. He saw nothing where the world used to be. The calamity happened just like that. Maybe now's not the time. All the kid had to work with was his hammer and the clothes on his back.
And I might not be able to, I might just have to quit. Because, as I said, I have things I gotta go do. Whoops. Give it a couple more minutes. See if we can get through.
What does it matter?
See if we can get through this here. I hate to just give up.
Through twisted streets, he ran with nothing but the city crest and an old stranger's voice to guide him.
Whoops. Oh man, I'm losing the ground here. Keep going. Come on, take it. Scumbag.
Will it finally arrived at Zealandia's vaunted safe haven? He and no one else. But then, all they got was more thankless work from a man who ain't even asked his name.
Okay, okay. I'm getting there. I am getting there.
Sure, I may be the one who dreamt up the walls and the Bastion, but the kid made them real. Not me.
What the fuck? Jeez. This thing. What? I was blocking.
I'd like to say I'll never forget him, or what he's doing, what he's done. I surely would.
Is that the end? Is that the end of this? Okay, it is. And there we go, everyone. I'm sure I'm glad I got that don't die thing on. Whatever, no sweat. I'm on no sweat mode.
Zolf's travels ain't much compared to what the kids had to go through for all this. The lost and found. Here, kid takes fragments of the old world and makes them whole again. The marshals seem like good men, he says. They treated him with dignity. Zolf brought his antique smoking pipe all the way from the terminals.
Yeah, I met that thing. Yeah, gotta tell me anything more about it, guy? Why does he get all evil when I go talk to him? He's supposed to be a good guy.
Even since the Ura surrendered to us, the marshals kept a wary eye on him.
Well, alright, people. So that has been Bastion. Pretty fun game. Pretty fun. Yeah, it's fun. It seems like it's really hack and slash, and they say that you get to build these places, but you're given a very limited choice of what to do, so it's kind of like, I mean, you're technically building it, but you're not really making any of the decisions. You're just kind of clicking it. But still, a very fun game. I recommend you all give it a shot. See you next week with a new game. Talk to you later. Oh, and don't forget to check out my other series. I'm doing several other gameplays, playthroughs, and then I'll be doing one of these a week. So make sure to check it out. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Talk to you later.